There comes a moment, quiet, subtle moment, when you realize the job that you're in, that you used to love, doesn't fit anymore. You're ready for a change. Not because you've stopped caring, but because you've changed. Maybe the change happened during a divorce or after a divorce, caring for a loved one, losing a loved one, job loss, or thinking about retirement, or maybe you're in retirement. Things can change. Life has cycles, doesn't it? Maybe you're just realizing the work that you're doing right now no longer fits who you are and where you see yourself going. It doesn't matter what age you are or where you are in life. These feelings can occur to anyone at any time. So let's talk about that. Suddenly you might ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why? This episode is for anyone wondering if the work they're still doing is really where they see their life going and where they want to be. If that's you, stay with me. You're not alone. You may still be working, but not like before. Or your goals have shifted. The job's the same, but you're not. And that quiet shift, it matters. Welcome to Thriving Through Transitions. I'm Vicki Jern, a financial advocate. This is a new series entitled Career Shifts When the Job No Longer Fits Who You Are. And this is episode 1. What if retirement isn't the right fit yet? Maybe you're a lot younger than retiring. Or you want to retire early, but there's another chapter left for you. And if you find this episode touching your heart and you're nodding, going, yes, that sounds like me, or I know someone like it, please subscribe or like below and comment and let a friend know. I would love them to join us. Today we're going to be talking about redefining your why for work. Why you earn, why you show up, and why it matters now. This isn't about quitting, it's about realigning. It's about work that honors who you are today, not just who you were when you started your career. So many of us have been taught to stick it out. Just stick it out. It will get better. Push through it. But what if those signals of discontent continue on and they stress you out? You're unhappy. It affects not just you, physically and emotionally, but your family, your friends. That's not good. It's not good for any of us, any of you. So let's talk about that second chapter. What could it be? What is it? What does it look like? Maybe it's not yet, but you've got some ideas, or you don't know. This moment happens across the board, not just for women, men, for a lot of people at different ages, different careers, different times of their life. One might be a man who stayed in a role out of responsibility. Doesn't even have to be a man, it could be a woman, because they need to pay the bills. And they've been told, you're the head of the house. Could be someone nearing retirement who doesn't really feel done. They're not ready to retire. They don't necessarily know that they want to stay where they're at. So they're thinking about what is the next chapter. Could be an individual rebuilding after divorce, the loss of a loved one, a layoff, or taking care of a loved one. And during those times, their goals have shifted. It could be a person of any age group who's navigating a life shift, who realizes it's okay to want something different. Or anyone silently asking, is the work I'm still doing aligned with what my goals and my thoughts and my ideas are for the future, for what I want to do? Basically, it's not about age, it's about alignment with your goals, with your aspirations, with what you are seeing your second chapter or third chapter becoming. So let's discuss 3 root causes, shifts that happen to more people than you know because they don't talk about it a lot. Most of them, when they're thinking this, they might talk to a few friends, but they go online or they just say, I'm too old for this, or I don't have the money to do it. So let's talk about 3 root causes, okay? Number 1, identity shift. You were taking care of a loved one, or you lost a spouse, and your values shifted. You realized that there was more to life than what you were doing. Number 2, energy mismatch. What's that mean? What once fueled you now drains you. You go to work, you used to be able to stay there for more than 20 hours a day. You probably stay there 30 hours, and now you're going, I'm just exhausted. I want something where I have my own life too, and I can be with family. That's not laziness. It's just a different path that you want to go forward in. Or how about number 3, outdated dreams? Maybe you're still chasing a goal that is outdated. You no longer really care about. You need to think about that. If some people have aspirations of becoming the president of a company or CEO, that's great. But maybe it's time to reevaluate if that's still where you see yourself and what you want to do. I've read across several physicians that used to, well, actually are in different career paths, or doctors. They spend a lot of time getting their MD and all of that. And they do it, and they get into it, and they go, this is not what I want. And they make good money too, but I don't want to do this. I want to do something else. So they go a different direction. I actually have an engineering degree with a business degree, and I knew years ago that I was more of a people person and loved to work in the financial planning area. And I made a major career change. It wasn't easy. I didn't do it overnight. I had to have a lot of support from my spouse. But it can be done if you have a different path that you want to go. Let's talk about some signs and symptoms that you might be feeling. You dread going in, even if the job is fine. You just don't have any joy going in. You feel invisible at work, even if you're performing. You don't feel like anybody sees you for what you're doing. You find yourself daydreaming about something else. Your mind's just not on it. Have you ever found yourself wondering if this is really it for the next decade? You've emotionally checked out, but you don't want to just quit. I see a lot of times when someone's getting close to retirement, and this is not just retirement only, where they are counting the years. Actually, then it gets the months and the days. They've emotionally checked out. They're coming in to get to that end of that retirement, but they're really just not enjoying it anymore. They're just there to get through the time. Do you find yourself that way? What if you've outgrown the title, or the pace, or the purpose? These are things you need to think about. So many of us think, I should be grateful. Others have it worse. Who am I to want more? But here's the truth. You've done the hard things. You've carried the responsibilities. And now you get to ask, what do I want? What do I need? What makes me happy? Ask yourself, what still feels like me? What's been missing for a while? What would I try if I wasn't afraid of starting over? What do I see myself doing in my next chapter? What excites me? What makes me want to get out of bed for the next day? And I can't wait to get started. These are the things you need to ask yourself. So I would like to challenge you with some simple, actionable steps. Number 1, list what energizes you. Make a list of moments that make you happy, give you energy. Whether that's at work, outside, hobbies, that light you up, that make you excited. An example is we have a client that retired, but they did not want to stay at home full time. So they go to this elementary school and they're a reading buddy. They feel so much joy being around children and also helping. When Mom and I go to one of the hospitals in the local area, there's a gentleman in his 80s that volunteers there several days a week. It's his joy. He loves it. And then on the other days he golfs. But he's out and he's keeping his mind active, but he's full of energy. He just loves to go, and we love seeing him. Test something new. Maybe join a class. Is there a class that you've always wanted to do? Do you have something on your bucket list but you didn't have time for it? Travel. Maybe you want to take a yoga class. Maybe you want to take golf lessons. Or there's something else that you've wanted to do, but try something. And it doesn't have to be full on, just a little bit, because sometimes just starting, it takes time. But see if there's joy in it, and you might test out several things. Talk with a financial advocate. We recently met with someone who in a few years will be having to make a decision about retirement. And they're not really sure if they really want to retire because they're fairly young. So I asked him, what is your joy? What do you see yourself doing? Do you have any hobbies? And he really hadn't given it much thought. But then he mentioned, I would like to go on this vacation for a year, travel, and then come back and maybe be a consultant, and a consultant in a different area than where I was working. So these are things you have to really sit down and think about. Well, it come to you overnight? I doubt it, but write it down if you've got any ideas. Just start a list. Also, when you talk with a financial advocate, you can see if your plan is on track, that if you took a job that didn't pay as much and you were younger, can you still meet your financial goals? And when you decide to retire full, you need to look at all of this. This is very important. Also, reflect with grace. What's that mean? Kind of goes back to what I've just been applying. Give yourself time to reflect. What do I enjoy? What have I enjoyed? What did I used to do and I haven't done for a long time? Did you used to paint? Did you used to play pickleball, or, well, maybe not pickleball, but tennis? And you want to, or maybe you don't want to anymore, but there's something else. Think about it, make that list. And I would challenge you to name one small next step. Doesn't have to be big. Just one little step that you're going to take to discovering what you would like and what makes you happy. Is it setting a meeting with someone that maybe is doing what you're thinking about doing? Is it asking for more flexibility at your office? Or just researching something online? Your next chapter isn't about going backwards. It's about moving forward with clarity. You've gathered wisdom, resilience, and self-awareness. You're older. You're a little further along than right out of college or right out of school. So use that to your advantage. Now you get to decide what you want to do. Maybe you don't even have to do it, but if you have that in your hand and you have that option, you have the power, and that should make you feel really good. What if that next job just didn't pay bills, but gave you life, gave you happiness and joy? Your second act does not have to look like your first act. I don't know how many of you, like myself, know people that are on their second act, and it's totally different. And they are so, so happy. They look forward to getting up in the morning. You've earned the right to be curious, hopeful, and excited again, and joyful. I would really enjoy if you would share in the comments below what kind of job or career path you see in your second chapter. That would be so awesome. Please like or subscribe below, or else give me a call at 832-698-2010, or go to our website at www.beefinancialpartners.net. And I am so excited for next week's episode, and I hope you join us. And don't forget, I'm Vicki Jern, and be financially prepared for today and the uncertainties of tomorrow.